It would be pretty wild if you came back and the mannequin was gone or in a different position.
Yeah, that would be pretty great.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able. I can't jump that because there's no space. Oh, hi.
Was that there before?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Total Pebble Knockdown. I am Nathan.
And I'm Alex, and today we're doing something a little different. I think technically our first time doing something like this for the show.
Yes, if you're watching this, you're probably already realizing that.
Or you've never seen us before, and this is intriguing to you, so you know.
We are intrigued ourselves.
We'll call this Old Men Play Games.
This is mid-game crisis.
There you go.
Midlife gaming.
No, mid-game crisis is better.
Mid-game crisis, yeah. That's great. The pause menu. The men of pause menus. What we are actually going to be doing, we're going to be talking about some things. We're going to be doing some discussion, but we are also going to, or I should say, I'm going to be playing Anemoiapolis Chapter 1.
Anemoiapolis.
Anemoiapolis.
We're going to have lots of waifus.
We're going to have so many waifus for your gaifus.
I think that the gaifus are actually called husbandos.
Husbandos, I know. I don't care. The point is, it's funnier to call them gaifus. Anyway,
that's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing some Anemoiapolis. We're going to be talking a little bit about it. We're going to be talking a little bit about, I believe, kind of this style of gaming and see what it does. This is the first time that I have actually played it. Alex, I don't believe you've played it.
I have
before?
not, but I have seen someone play it.
Okay. So
I know more of what to expect than you do.
Yeah, I have been looking forward to this one. So without further ado, we're going to jump in, and we're going to see what there is to see for Anemoiapolis. Ooh. Oh, here we go. I'm going to assume that my controls are pretty much what I expect my controls to be.
Oh, so, like WASD and whatnot. I don't know. How's your, mouse sensitivity speed feel for you?
Honestly, it feels a little bit sluggish.
Oh, weird.
But it's not bad.
That glare on the pavement is definitely something.
That is something. I'm gonna give him that. So, okay, shift is run. Okay. Yeah, boy. I'll tell you, J.J. Abrams directed this game there.
And the great thing is, with this liminal space type of game, I don't know if you can even walk down that way or not, honestly. I've never...
I can't. This shouldn't take long, hopefully. What a sad billboard. Oh, I can observe.
Is there a button that said observe?
Yeah, it did. Oh.
A to jump.
Or space.
Interesting that A is also jump.
I think A is if you're on a controller.
Oh, I guess that would make sense.
Space is on, yeah. Okay.
Is that... Hold on, jump.
Whee! Observed.
Anemoiapolis?
Hey! That's what you said. Anemoiapolis.
Anemoiapolis. Anemoiapolis. I think that's it.
Must have been closed for a while now. Yeah.
Interesting mix of voice lines and not voice lines.
It seems like it's mostly just like an unvoiced narrator. Maybe someone needs to audit the last auditor of the spot. The cover is missing. What's on the back here?
Wait a minute. Did somebody tamper with this?
Alright. Well, that doesn't look up to code.
I don't know what the code is.
What is this even hooked up to?
Yeah. Just following a random cable.
Just follow a random cable around. I played one game where you were on the moon. I actually think it was a game from NASA, and it felt like I was just following cables around all the time.
That tracks.
Hmm.
Nice scenery, though.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you broke
Right.
it.
I guess I found out where that line goes. It goes to hell. Oop.
Glug. Goes to a pool.
It does? Goes to a pool?
Can you get out of the pool?
Boy, that's a great question. Should be able to get out of the pool.
Can you
I
jump out of the
say-
pool?
I cannot jump out of the pool. Hold on. I'm probably at the wrong end of the pool.
Deep end.
I should be
Yeah.
dead right now.
Is there an open shaft? There's just an open shaft there.
Yeah.
Somebody put an open shaft above the pool.
Well, it wasn't open
Is
before you
anybody
stepped
here?
on it. It was a trap door.
Hello?
Okay, but the question is, why would somebody put a trapdoor above the pool?
Why would somebody put a pool below a hill?
You know what? These are both really solid questions right now. Now, there is a door, and I'm thinking that that door might lead to something, but this is not good. Am I stuck down here? Well, I mean, probably. Also, that's really weird. You see what I'm saying?
Random 10-foot high doorway?
That's just
It
out
could be a
of nothing.
window, I guess.
Is it?
I don't know.
If maybe it's an observation window?
Maybe. Can't
Oh,
see
I
from
guess it is. I guess it is. Maybe it's supposed to be an observation. Maybe we'll find out. That would be something if we could find out, right?
here. It would be something if we could find out.
Oh boy, I can only wonder. I might be able to rewire this access panel. Oh, can I actually interact with stuff? That's kind of great. Oh. Wait. Connect each matching... Okay.
Why you
Using...
keep closing?
Oh, because I didn't know I was supposed to use my mouse pad. I thought I was using my mouse pad, not my thing. Okay.
You're just lucky that it was a pool and not an ocean full of sharks you fell into.
Yeah, that would not be good.
That
But
would've
now,
been
why
a-
did they...
That would have been a great start to your game.
Yeah, that would be the shortest game we ever play on this show. Maybe I
Nathan,
can-
out.
Yeah. Nathan, out. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to jump off? I guess I'm supposed to jump off.
Did you want to check that other door?
I will check that other door. I guess this is the quickest way to get across.
True. Swimming is usually the fastest way. It's allegedly. Said somebody somewhere.
How do I get out of here? Well, let's try the door. Well, apparently that doesn't work.
Not the door that says exit.
Not the door that says exit. No, that would be too easy, man. That would be too easy. They can't just say, like, here's the door. We gotta be a little bit more creative than that. Okay, so obviously this is the staircase out in the woods.
It's staircase by the pool, I guess. Didn't it say something about bridging the gap between
Oh,
this and the balcony?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Okay, it's got... Oh! Is there a thing under here? Oh, I see a crank mechanism. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. This... Okay, yes. Ah, okay.
Wonder if you can jump over that. That looks like a high railing to jump over.
It does look like a high railing to jump over. What's this one do? It does indeed just go back. Oh, okay. Well, it does look like a high railing, but if I get out here... Okay, there we go. Shift to run. Whee! Okay. I can make it. That was not a window.
It was not a window.
'Twas not a window, everybody. It was something
Made
else
it.
entirely. Okay, it's locked. It's locked. Who needs an underground pool? Always a great question.
The billionaires in their bunkers.
Oh no, I've gotten to the compound. Yeah, who needs an underground? Well, apparently somebody needs a lot of pools.
Okay, here's my question on that, though. Look
Sure.
behind you really quick. Yeah. So how do you get up to this hallway from the pools from the other side that you just were at?
Oh, from the other side where I was at?
So obviously you get up to this hallway here
Yeah.
by doing that, which is
Mhm.
fine. But how do you get up to it from the other side?
How do you get up to it from the other side?
Yeah, from the
Well-
side you're facing now.
From the side that I'm facing now.
Maybe
I
maybe all these
don't-
doors.
I don't know if these doors could open, maybe. But
It's
like I've jumped. Okay, so I've jumped down. Yeah, you can't get back up.
yeah.
You can't get back up. I'm gonna see one thing though. I want to see one thing because I'm noticing that there's. Okay. I cannot see my own reflection. That was actually just what I wanted.
Disembodied
I am
voice.
I am disembodied. You cannot jump in the pool.
Okay.
Just so you.
Interesting.
Oh.
You're
Now
all
I'm gonna
wet.
be wet. Alright. Alright. So I'm guessing that I might have to force my way out of here. Nobody is around to let me out. I'm gonna take a wild stab in the dark and say that these are sort of like just the orientation area to kind of like mess around a little bit and see what's going on.
Yeah, that would be
What's
my
that
assumption.
What's that on the ledge? Hold on. I gotta check on something. I'm almost getting a sudden, like, I'm getting a slight puzzly kind of feeling. Here's what I wanted to look for. Can I Ah! 5 tickets. I don't know what I get tickets for, but I have tickets.
You have
So
tickets.
there's that.
You have that.
What's up here? Oh! It's a ballroom.
Not a dancing kind of ball.
That's a lot of beach balls. No, it is a beach ball room, apparently. And this door also does not want to open. Will these move? These will not move.
They're just
These
bolted
balls-
to the floor.
These balls will move. Oh,
Oh,
20
20
tickets.
tickets. That's a lot of tickets.
Ooh, look at, whoa, I got 25 tickets now. Oh, it's so nice that they put these chairs here so that I can bounce up here. and
Yeah,
down.
they're just nothing but thoughtful, honestly.
Yes. So the interesting thing as we kind of get into this is that this I think I know what I'm supposed to do here. From an initial thing, I was talking earlier about Exit 8.
Yeah.
And Exit 8 has a loop of a, it's a spot the difference kind of game.
Yeah.
But it is interesting because I have a similar initial sensation of disorientation
Yeah.
when you get into this game, even though it is very much a different game structurally. Which... Does that actually raise the water level or anything? No.
No, but I'm pretty sure you shorted the.
Oh, I
door out.
shorted the thing out. Yeah, I shorted the door out. Yeah. So before we go through, yeah, I'm just gonna look around here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Exit 8, we've played it previously on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what's interesting is that this does also have something of that disorientation, which I know that you do get from Backrooms games. I'm not that familiar with a lot of them.
Yeah, there's like 700 of them on Steam.
Oh,
honestly.
yeah, and I imagine most of them are not great. But
I would imagine.
right. And a lot of them lose the characteristic of what you're supposed to get from that unsettling nature. I think we talked about it one time on the show, is that one of the most unsettling things is not, there's a scary monster in your room and it has a knife. It's everything. You walk into a room and everything is moved to the left 1 inch.
Yeah. Stephen King's
like,
definition of terror.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Stephen King definition of terror, where it's like, something's not right here. I expect a thing, and it is not doing that thing.
Yeah.
And so,
A
immediately...
lot of the backrooms games, the pool room games, all function on, like, unease and just discomfort.
Yeah.
Oh, alright. Loading screen. I guess your tutorial's over.
Yeah. Apparently, when you say you just want to get to the next level, it just goes to the next level. So, that's fine.
Is anybody here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
We're all here. We're great. I know it's a small project and everything, and it's not like a large team, but I do have to say, like, if water was going to be a huge property for them, the water physics are a little underwhelming for me.
I don't think it's supposed to be a huge thing.
I know, it's just it seems to be an element that comes up a lot, and
That's
it's
fair.
interesting that it's utilized so heavily
Hello?
for that reason. That's the only
That's
only thing I say. I'll put it to you this way. There was a game once upon a time. I don't know if you ever remember this one, but there was a game called Hydrophobia.
think I know
Hydrophobia, yeah. I played Hydrophobia. I didn't play to the end, but I did play for quite a while. Hydrophobia is a game that is very centered around water, as you can probably guess from the actual name of the game. And the idea is that your protagonist is basically in this sinking facility. And so you have to be in water a lot. And so because it was such a centralized mechanic, there is a great sense of the mobility and the weight of water throughout that entire game. And this was many years ago. I don't remember how long ago, but it did have that sense of flowing water, of it like rising and falling, and you got this real great sense of it because it was a centralized mechanic. And so this water's kind of stagnant, and that might have been a choice, but I have a feeling that it was probably a technical limitation. Boy, wouldn't it be amazing if I opened all of these up and I finally found something?
Yeah, that would be pretty baller if you opened all the lockers up and you found like $1 million.
I'll find 1 million tickets in here somewhere.
I don't know if there's 1 million, but I pretty sure there's at least one thing of tickets somewhere in one of the lockers. I don't remember how many. So where's that music coming from?
Where's this slow jazz elevator stuff go? This feels like I just got into a swanky hotel room.
Now you're in a swanky, stanky locker room.
Oh,
look.
5 tickets.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, this locker opening is not in
vain.
Is not for naught.
Whee! Yeah. I'm not going to spend all my time doing this, but I do feel like it's like, oh, can we speedrun this? Sonic style?
Do you have like a sense already of like being slightly lost here, or?
Yeah. No, there's definitely a sense of being lost, and I think what happens, and maybe this is something with other games in this genre, I'm not sure, but it's that your expectation of what to see is not being met. So, for instance, I come down this hallway. This is like a locker room. I expect there to be another exit somewhere. Because I came from one, down this small hallway, and now I'm in another one. And then this one seems completely closed off with no other purpose than to be just another locker room. But, like, you think to yourself, like, with your logic brain, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would you create, like, a separated locker room that is completely dependent on going from this locker room to the
Yeah.
other one without it being the same thing.
Right. But I feel like if you use the idea of liminal spaces and like the backrooms type of logic, that this makes complete sense in that type of case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these places don't make sense, and that is what makes sense about them to the specificity of what it is.
Well, yeah, and that leads back to what I was saying about the idea of expectations not being met. This is not that kind of thing. I have one wacky idea. Hold on. I have one really wacky idea. Just bear with me here. I'm gonna try something.
Are you gonna see if you can jump on the locker?
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah. That
You
was
were
the
like,
only.
wait.
That was the only thing I could guess that you might try to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if like the person I've seen play this didn't try that. At least I don't.
Didn't try that. Yeah. Well, welcome to TPK.
Yeah.
It's me thinking. Oh, ooh, hold on. I gotta do it here, because there's something, and it looks like there's something up there.
You're making Minecraft cobble staircase with these lockers.
What's that? Oh, I can't. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, hold on. I'll try it from this direction. Maybe I. Oop. What is that? It's a little thing.
Oh, Nathan, you found a glitch. It's a pipe. Or
It's a pipe.
molding, but like, why? It's a clipping error.
Since Exit 8 was kind of like a reference point for me, now I'm like in hyper awareness kind of mode.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like starting to think, like, is there something I'm supposed to be observing that I'm not actually seeing?
Yeah. I will say this did come out well before Exit 8, I'm pretty sure. But,
Oh yeah.
I don't believe there's any of the spot the anomaly type difference bullshit in this.
Oh no, this is not that. In fact, I think that if I were to link this to a game that I had played, it is probably closer to some of like the walking sims. And if we're doing that kind of not matching expectations, this is probably closer to what remains of Edith Finch, because if you go through the Finch home, it really doesn't make a lot of sense when you're traversing that one. So it's probably closer to that, realistically. So the general state of unease that you get into at the beginning reminds me kind of Exit 8.
Okay.
The liminal space of things kind of warping in around itself kind of reminds me of what remains of Edith Finch. The overall tone of the game, like this idea of being in these buildings that are completely abandoned and like dimly lit and everything, actually kind of reminds me of Gone Home, which is, I haven't thought about that game for a while, but Gone Home is a game where you are coming home to your abandoned home, and nobody's there, and it's mostly you going around this house and finding out like what happened to your sister, because your sister was supposed to be there to meet you.
I feel like I've seen someone play that as well, maybe.
Gone Home is not a long game. Gone Home is probably like an hour or two long game. Actually, there's an achievement you can do, which is if you know what to do in Gone Home, you can actually beat the game in a minute.
Huh.
Because if you just have to know what to get, and you can...
That's an intense shower.
Yeah, boy. See, I think one of the things that really stands out to me is one of the reasons you know that this couldn't be a real place is because no central planner would say we need a hallway this wide that has no doors or exits.
I mean, to be fair, dungeons in like D&D are set up like this.
This is true, but dungeons are not supposed to be a real place in D&D. Like, a D&D dungeon is not supposed to be a real place. It's supposed to be fantastical. This is set up in a way that you're supposed to think of it as a real space that you would vision.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, backrooms logic is kind of... It is realistic, but defies logic and defies reason a lot of times.
Is this where I just came from? I think this is where I just came from. Yeah, the thing about it is that in hallways
is there a fire extinguisher? Oh, you can't interact with it.
I can't interact with it. So probably... Oh, here's tickets.
Oh, nice.
I'll take my tickets, though.
40 tickets! Win a prize!
Yeah. This is where I came in. This was where I came in. Okay, so this is the other side of the room. Okay, good to know. So, I guess the thing is that when I see hallways this big, the thing that my expectation wants to say, like in my logic brain, is considering this layout, there should be doors to rooms here. And there should be doors to rooms here. Because otherwise, one, you wouldn't need this much space for foot traffic.
Yeah.
But number two, it does not make sense that this space wouldn't be utilized in an interior space.
Yeah,
you know.
That tracks.
So this is sort of...
Well, doubly so right here, because if you just go back to that where you just were, there was no room.
Yeah.
So this here, there doesn't seem to be any room in that area.
No, that is the thing. Is that there's a fire extinguisher here for like an empty hallway with no exits or exits, entrances or exits essentially. But then around here, if I keep going around this place, yeah, I don't see. I'll keep going around this. Let me just make a pass around here. Also, really interesting how they do this with the sloping ceiling. That's a very interesting design choice, which I feel like is just there to be unnerving, or to feel like the collapse or expansion of an area, but doesn't really serve a function. Well, it feels a little claustrophobic when you go into those spaces, you know?
Yeah. So the fun thing for me with having you play this game and me kind of just sitting here watching you play it and also enjoying someone else playing it is that we've talked about before. It's really hard for me to get like immersed in games.
Yeah.
So like me trying to play games like this is interesting because I don't feel it affects me nearly as much as someone else who can actually be like, oh, okay, that feels bad. That feels bad, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's just... I guess, here, just to focus on the screen for a second, and I'll just kind of go down this hall. And as it steeps down, it does feel like you've gotten funneled into an area.
Yeah.
Because of this. And again, just from a logic standpoint, I think that's the thing. This doesn't really make any logical sense. The only room that is in this entire block, as far as I can tell, is that one little room with the one chair. And I think that's really interesting about, like, this kind of a game, is that the problem that you're seeing with it, essentially what the psychological horror, as they would tag it, is that your logic brain expects certain things from an area, and that is not being met by the landscape. The landscape is not giving you what you expect to see.
Right.
And so it becomes disorienting. And there is something about a disorientation that ends up being very unnerving. I think one of the reasons why is because we have a sense of control over our environment and ourselves. Like, I guess that's kind of how sanity ends up working, is that there are things that you expect from the world. That gravity exists, that light exists. There are these inherent things that you expect from the world. That I'm going to go down a hallway and there's going to be doors. And I can go through the doors and there's something on the other side of those doors. And that this space makes sense. And that, you know, this layout makes sense. And that everything was built for purposes. And I can understand that world. You get into a space like this, this world starts to make no sense to you. And the less sense...
This room itself that you're in right here, being as tall as it is, doesn't serve a purpose.
No, and I could even maybe think about the idea of a vaulted ceiling. But the thing is that in places where they would do an aesthetic of a vaulted ceiling, there would be something for you to look at. It would be for windows. It would be for light. You would have... It would
be a skylight.
It would be for an aesthetic. This is just a gray room. And that is all they're doing. This looks like something out of, like, Metropolis. You know,
so,
like this... Yeah.
But yeah, as you were saying with, like, the expectations being met, it's like the doors that are to your left and right, like, or whatever sense of direction you want to have here, because it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, that'd be like if you opened up these doors, and behind them was just a solid brick wall.
Yeah. Yeah, and that would be... very, very odd. But even in a space like this, as I go down this hallway, two major doors like this, if you've been in buildings, usually there would be utility rooms or something on the sides of those. There would be more here. And even, here's the other thing, light. So we've got this one big-ass light right here in the center. In an actual building, there would be something for a light here.
Yeah.
In this hallway. That would exist. These hallways would not look like this. They would have not been designed like this.
We're going to call this series just two old middle-aged hags ruin your games.
Yeah, this is I ruin the games with logic and reason. But the thing I want to explain, though, is I think the reason why these games are so interesting is that it takes your logic and it throws it out the door and says your logic doesn't apply here. And once the rules go out the door, once they no longer apply, there is something that like takes that inherent core of safety away from you and throws that away with it. And I think that that's one of the reasons why people find these so unnerving. I can recognize it as a game aesthetic, that it's trying to accomplish something by doing that. But from a general standpoint, it's taking you completely out of your own element and trying to put you into a new headspace, into a new world. That Muzak, man. Okay.
I feel like it's one of those weird things to try and design for when it's like throw out any sense of logic you would have for actual like aesthetic design to make it look like a place that would be real.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what should we do here? It's like, I don't know, whatever. Like, do something weird. And it's like, okay, just do whatever. Yeah. So it's just like the Chaos series stuff. Like this looks like a kiosk, but at the same time it could be like, why is there a house in here?
It looks like Cabin Factory.
Oh, okay. Have you played that yet?
No. I don't know if I can, man. I don't know. I'm like, every time I think about it, it's like, I don't know. But
maybe we'll do that
as
a game either for...
I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
Maybe you can do it as a live stream so you don't feel so alone.
That would be great. I need a lot of emotional support for that one. Also, just from a thing, we've been in some really drab back rooms. This is cool.
Yeah.
I love this.
I would prefer...
I aesthetically love this.
I like it, but I would prefer if the dome or piece up here wasn't a sky that was bright blue, but like maybe a starry lit sky or something like that.
That would be really ambient. That would be really nice.
Because I prefer that.
I could get behind that.
Yeah.
But
turn the lights down.
But I think what's really cool, for what they're trying to do, I don't know if it's effective, but for me, I've just been through some pretty dark, drab hallways, and then this comes in, and it just completely changes your outlook on the game world, you know?
Although I will say, going back to your logic brain thing, up there, there would be stores. If this was like a mall, there'd be tons of stores.
Oh yeah,
up there.
Oh yeah. Like this is the thing that's confusing for me. This is what gives me the confusion spell. what is this space supposed to be used for? You know, like, what was this space supposed to be? Ooh! Apparently this is supposed to be... Oh, I have 20 tickets?
You have like 40 tickets.
Oh, is it 20 tickets so that I could... Is it 20 tickets to hit the ball? Hold on. Now we're playing golf with your friends. Ooh. Oh, come on. Oh. Wait. It's over the hole.
Oh, I assume it's not actually a hole.
Oh.
Anemoiapolis
Oh.
applauds your dedication to
Is
skill.
this the... Oh, of course. I see. Is that the flag? That's probably the flag. Do I hit the sign?
What? No. So the tickets
No.
would be like to take and go into this room, which I'm
Oh!
gonna say right now, probably wait on that.
Okay.
Only because I know from seeing the librarian do it that he just cut most of that out of his video, and then did like just a golf cut that was like an hour long of him playing mini golf through that.
Nice.
Which 100 tickets. Holy cow! I don't remember that.
Family Tropic Resort?
Sounds
Maybe
fun.
I'll save up my tickets for that. That sounds amazing.
But yeah, the golf course is fairly long, I think, and not very
All right.
exciting or eventful that I can remember. But like,
We have plenty
You
of
know.
sales representatives.
There's a movie theater.
there's a
Okay.
movie-
Signed paperwork.
Is there a way to look at how many tickets you have, like tab or I or E or right click, left click, control, escape?
E-I-E-I-O. Control. Oh, control lets me crouch.
It's good to know.
Yeah. E?
Escape?
Escape?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, that's fine. I think I have about 50 tickets.
It's somewhere around there. Would
That's
be
okay.
nice if there was like a counter somewhere.
Yeah, this just feels like an empty space that was supposed to be like a mall or an airport. Almost
yeah.
almost feels like an airport. Because I was in an airport one time, and it was very early in the morning. I had to drop Mom off for an early flight. And when we got there, it was basically empty like this. But airports have these huge open areas like this because they have to expect for rapid foot traffic.
Oh yeah.
So you're just standing there in these giant open spaces, and it's kind of wild, you know? I'm thinking to myself here, as I'm looking at this, sale, 0 tickets. It looks like if I don't have enough tickets, these doors are just closed.
Yeah, that
So-
would make sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to conference.
Going down.
Apparently, it costs 0 tickets to get to the conference center.
Yeah, they just want conferences all day long.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the conference center and see what happens. Because this feels like that... I guess that's the hub area?
Yeah, I would say that's probably closest thing to a hub area.
Of course, I don't think I can go back up, but who knows. Yeah, again, like, why?
Why just
They
an
make-
elevator shaft in the middle?
Yeah, and then there's nothing around the outside. And then this!
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of space. Ooh, here! 1 outlet.
It's to charge your phone.
This is not up to code. You need to have an outlet every 6 feet, I think. I don't know what it is for commercial buildings, but I think it's more than 1 on every wall. They put more fire extinguishers here than outlets.
They're just
That's-
really scared of the place catching on fire.
Yeah, that's
It's a
what
lot
they
of
have.
carpet.
This is a lot. Oh my god, this is so much carpet. Oh my god, Service Master would have a day. I love how this is so like sparse and everything, but then they have the audacity to put 3 chairs and not even line them up or stack them or anything. Look at how wonderfully organized and clean everything is. Oh, and here's just 3 chairs hanging out. We got these in a row. What happened there? A question I have for you.
Sure.
On that note, do you think that there is like a meta story that you might not necessarily get out of the gate that's not being made explicit? Like, for instance, I'll take Fallout as my example here. Okay. In Fallout, you go into these specific areas, and like these cabins and, you know, buildings and apartments and stuff, and you can tell something happened there, and that there's like a narrative that you might be able to suss out if you really look at it for a while. Like, why is there like a dead skeleton with a knife in the bathtub?
Like environmental storytelling?
Yes, environmental storytelling. Do you think that stuff like this is meant to have some kind of a story behind it? Where these chairs are in this specific...
It would be really cool if I thought that that was the case, but I don't think that's the case. I feel like a game like this could do really well with environmental storytelling like that. Especially if you just kind of had little set pieces that kind of just told a story without telling you a story.
Yeah.
But I don't think this... Is that just blurry right there?
Yep. Just blurry.
Is that a texture issue, or is that just like meant to be?
No, I think that that's just meant to be probably the shadow of an object, but the object is not there.
Okay, interesting. All right.
So,
but yeah, I don't feel like this game has environmental storytelling like that that I'm aware of.
No. I don't think so either, but this would be a really interesting kind of setting if they wanted to do something like a Return of the Obra Dinn, or something that was actually like a mystery, or something like that, where they could just use this landscape and you piece together what's happening. This is also like sorry, but this is kind of a stupid layout design. If anyone actually made this building, I swear they would have gotten fired. It's not...
I would love to make something like this. We need to rent out a warehouse and get like office cubicle dividers. And make bullshit like this. I want to make a backrooms experience in a warehouse.
I start wondering if, like, what would a Frank Lloyd Wright think of this kind of this kind of design? Like, this is kind of like, it's useless, but at the same time, it's also fascinating. Like, there's the possibility somebody would... Frank Lloyd Wright, if you look up his work, you'd be able to see a lot of buildings that he designed. I think that the Sears building that had, like, all of those, like, lily petal pedestals that were, like, overshadowed. He also famously... He made some really intriguingly designed buildings that
I think you missed some tickets back there, by the way.
Oh, there was some tickets?
In the little alcove.
Oh, this alcove back?
The other alcove.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah.
He was also... Were there tickets? Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'll take those 5. 50. We're up to 50. The thing I think Frank Lloyd Wright was most famous for, though, was he wanted to design a home that was, like, small and functional for the American family, that would be able to be designed and built cheaply, and also feel, like, aesthetically your own. And he built something called Usonia. I think there are still Usonia homes that are up today, and they're wacky, they're wonky, but they have a style and aesthetic, because his idea, from what I remember of Wright, was, you know, the average family wants to be able to live in a home that, yeah, they can afford, and yeah, they can maintain, but also feels like an aesthetic piece of artwork, that you get to actually live in something that feels bigger than maybe it is, or more that, like, it wasn't just thrown together. It wasn't just a utilitarian thing, that it is something special that you get to live in. And that was his whole idea behind, like, Usonia 1. And a lot of his buildings are that it's not just that this is a building, this is a piece of art that you are inside, that you interact with. It's the reason why I wonder how he would conceive of a place like this. Because in some ways this is that, but in other ways it's almost a brutalist architectural idea of not having anything aesthetic to it.
It's a statement, but it's a weird statement.
It's a weird statement. It's the hallways that lead to nothing. It's that it was that crazy old lady who kept built rooms onto her building that with hallways
the Winchester house.
Yeah, the Winchester house that has hallways that are small and lead to nothing, It's that.
Yeah.
That's
Especially
what it feels like.
The room you're looking at now, like, where it's got just that strange open doorway, but, like, the ceiling is lower for the doorway for whatever reason.
Yeah. Like, what was the purpose of that? And then this is also something, just a little observation. This looks like a wire run. Looks like a wire run. Where? It goes to where? There's no wall here. That's just a divider.
I think it would be really interesting to do something like this, but have someone who actually knows a bit about architecture building this in the game.
Yeah.
So that things could still be weird, but they would be weird and architecturally found.
Yeah.
Like,
no, this is the kind of game that you get an engineer or an architect to play. And you have them look at this and kind of go, okay, explain. The thing is that I think the end result would be that they can't. Like, it just doesn't... It's not supposed to make sense. Ooh, is that red? I hadn't seen this.
I was gonna say, this feels such a weird space that you were just in now there too, because the ceiling is very low.
This is very low, yeah.
For such a huge, voluminous room.
Yes.
To have a ceiling so low.
Yes.
Definitely feels off.
We made this so wide, but so low at the same time.
It would be even more interesting if they had made it just low enough that you had to crouch the entire time. But also made it just as wide and spacious.
They gotta do something about the humming. I need to have an electrician play this too and just kind of go, what is wrong with the wiring? We need that guy, that electrician who was on that Ghost show, the contractor, who would come in and try to explain with complete logic to people that, no, they don't have a ghost. No, this is a wire that was set incorrectly on top of it's just like leaning on top of a panel. It's not supposed to do that. That's why you're hearing the humming. Like, that was I can't remember what it was called, Ghost Adventures or something like that. And they literally had somebody come in and just explain, like, oh yeah, no, that's not up to code. There's a reason why you're hearing that tunking sound. Your water heater's gone, man. It's like, but the weird thing about that show was that they do that before they decide to have the ghost hunters themselves come in and talk about the presence that's in the house. And at that point, it's like, no, I think we figured out what the problem was. I think we realized. Alright, so we are now down in this area, which is a...
Interesting floor choice.
Yeah!
For this room.
If you're gonna go with a black floor like this, the white acoustic ceiling tiles make no sense.
I mean, it doesn't look terrible.
I guess,
Also,
but
what's with that raised ceiling right there?
I don't know. I would understand this if this was lit inside. You know, like maybe this was so that you didn't have direct lighting on the floor, like creating ambient lighting. It is not there at all. It's just slightly raised. And then they put the light here. See, if they put this light in here, okay, now I kind of get that. You wouldn't get this glare. You wouldn't get the J.J. Abrams flare out if it was in there. But no, that doesn't make sense. You know what's weird is that, like, I'm looking at this, and I think one of the reasons I'm looking at all of this oddity of how these are designed is I'm building a workshop. As some people that have watched the show might know, I've been building a workshop. I'm continuously thinking of, like, what is the most efficient use of the space in this area that I have? Like, I need to put a vise in my workshop, and I want to put it on a table. So now I'm looking around the room as, like, not only how do I put the vise here, but can I make it on a drop down so that it's not in the way when it's not in use? And how can I hinge it so that it's hinged down and that it's secured when I put it up so that I can use it, but only when I need it? So I'm thinking constantly about the efficiency of space, taking a small space and doing a lot with it. It's basically I'm starting to build the inscription cabin. Okay, that's what I'm basically trying to build. And so this area, I almost get mad at it because, like, I could have built. You understand what I wouldn't have had to do any of that with this. Just let me have this blank ass hallway, and I'll be able to put all of my tools in here. And I wouldn't even have to worry about it. I'd have plenty of room to move, no problem. Where did this run go from? Oh, it's going down the hallway. Okay, I'm following this line. I guess I don't really have much.
My question is why it zigzags across the hallway, to be fair.
No idea. I mean, I guess there's this area here, but I'm following this line now because I'm wondering.
Also, hold on, right there. What's with the black trim and then no black trim?
Is there something here that I'm supposed? No, this is just it's just a wall.
Lazy builders.
Somebody. Okay, I think what happened is they ran out of black trim, and they were trying to think, what is the one place that people will absolutely notice immediately that we don't have black trim? Here. Again, if you're gonna run out of black trim, you know where you take that extra section? Here. Or, like, in the corner where it looks like it might have been purposeful.
Yeah.
And what?
Is that a water fountain?
It's a water fountain.
Is it functional?
Well, it's not. It's just here.
Lame. What if I need a drink?
You'd think you'd get pretty thirsty going through these hallways.
Definitely would.
All
I don't
right.
hear any airflow.
I hear no airflow. Oh. Boy, that really pops out at you, doesn't it?
It does.
Considering how drab it is, I want to go back to the hub. I want to go back to that nice hub area. Let's see if I can find my way out.
I don't like being in this room anymore.
I don't like that. This does not spark joy. I remember we went down the area that had the black carpet, and we've been through the place that had the blue carpet, and I want to say that we were in the place that had some red carpet, because there's that section. Oh no, this is a different configuration. Oh, they're doing it again. Wait, what is this?
Is that just a shadow?
Is it? I guess so. I guess it's a very hard shadow. I'd like to not be in this very boring. I think that's actually my problem at this point, is that this is not a very aesthetically interesting area. It's just a lot of open rooms.
Hmm.
This feels like a really, like, modernistic take on Theseus and the Minotaur.
Oh,
Like
labyrinth.
this is the labyrinth, but it's also like they gave up on a lot of the labyrinth parts inside of the labyrinth. Like they were like, at some point we were gonna put some more walls here, and we were gonna put some lateral pieces, and then this was gonna be like a turnaround, and you go around here. But we ran out of funds, guys. We couldn't complete the labyrinth, so I don't know, figure it out. The Minotaur would have loved this, though. It would have been so easy to find Theseus in this thing. I think this is a different direction, though. Yeah, yep.
What the heck is...
What's that?
Is that a small door?
Wait a second here. Alright, we're gonna find out. Because I do have to say, coming in here is making me feel weird. This spot is where I feel really weird. Because you look over here and there's like a freaking balcony out of nowhere.
Mm.
And over here, there is one of these really small hallways that just descends downward, which we will go down just to see. Is it a bathroom or something at the end of this?
It's gonna be just a dead end.
Oh no, oh no! This goes back to the thing. Oh, we were here. We were here. That's where this goes?
Interesting.
So it just loops around back on itself. Oh, okay. Sure, man. Why not? Alright. Let me... Wait.
The balcony... I mean, I think it's having issues loading some of the assets.
Possibly?
Because that's where the balcony was. But the balcony
was.
that is a very low ceiling on this hallway.
This is a low-ass ceiling, I'm gonna tell you right now. Let's find out. Where does this go? Does this go to another freaking hallway? This low ceiling. No, oh, it's this place again. Okay, screw that. No, I'm not going back through there. We're not doing that. Was it just a shadow?
I think it was
Is
a
it-
balcony.
Yeah, now it's just not.
It's just a shadow.
Is this my ticket out of here? Can I get out of here now?
Possibly.
We're going back up. I think I understand why the conference center is free. Love the music. Oh, okay. Here, we're back. There's the golf. What is this? These are ticket counters?
This is where you'd have, like, jewelry.
Yeah. This is in the mall. This is where the exit sign? Oh, thank you for giving me an exit sign. Let's see if there's actually an exit. No. Doesn't look it. Oh, is that something? Hold
It's
on. Is this something? What was this? Was this the movie theater? That's the movie theater.
I mean, you have enough tickets.
I do have enough tickets. I want to try one more thing that I wanted to see. Can I go to the Tropic Resort? No, I have 50 tickets. Shoot. I have 50 tickets. Oh, wait. I have 55 tickets! Aerobic fitness and relaxation? Oh, wait. Is that where I came from?
I don't think so. But also, you didn't have 75 tickets, so...
I didn't have 75 tickets. Ooh, wait.
This is the beginning. Interesting.
Oh, so when it said
I should be dead
replay,
right now. Where am I?
it said replay.
Oh, I
anybody
didn't
here?
see that.
Hello?
Well, okay, it's easy enough for me to get through this now that I know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting now to kind of like be back here.
Mm.
And be like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember this thing. Now let's watch as I speed run through this, through the aerobics fitness center. I also, like, now looking back on it, this is the only time I've encountered a puzzle like that.
Yeah, so far for sure.
In
I
the
don't know if there's a
whole-
whole lot more or not.
I don't know. I guess I can go to the... What I am wondering, though, is now, will there still be tickets?
Oh, maybe.
The tickets are gone. Oh, okay. I can't get more tickets. I thought for a second there that would be a wonderful hack if I could just go back and get tickets. There's a lot of beach balls. Yeah, boy howdy there are. I love how many beach balls there are. Alright. What was this?
I think it's just a little pool.
It's just a little pool.
Speed run.
Speed run! Can you speed run Anemoiapolis? Yeah, howdy I can. I think it's so ostentatious, though, that they thought you'd ever want to replay this area. Probably
Maybe-
because if you're looking for tickets or something
Yeah,
like that.
probably if you're looking
Yeah.
for tickets. All those lockers have a lot of secrets in them.
Apparently, I found at least a few tickets.
Yeah, at least
So-
a thing of tickets.
There's that. I've learned so much about tickets today. 40 for the movie theater? Well, let's go to the movie theater.
Let's go
Insert-
to the movies.
It would be amazing if you go down here and they're actually playing a real
Not
movie.
enough tickets?
And there's like, yeah, we just got the rights to this old ass movie, and we're just gonna play it.
Fair. That would be pretty silly.
That is definitely a movie theater. Look at that. It's great. Do I need 10 tickets to go back up? Oh, that's great.
Probably.
That's how they're like, you at least have to look around a little bit down here, or
Yeah.
we will not let you go back up. Alright. What do we got here? Anything behind here? Oh, there's 10 tickets. See? I can leave now. Which is probably good, because I'm not getting the impression that there's a whole
Do those
hell of a lot to do here.
gates open?
No.
Can you get behind the... Yeah, you can, I guess. What? Is there
Wow.
nothing... What else is supposed to be here?
This is the conference center. Let me tell you. Oh, wait. Can I get up here? Ooh, here. Ooh. Look at this. Hee. Alright. I guess that's what you were supposed to do.
Back in business.
So apparently that's what you do here, is you have to climb up on the railing. Oh, next level? Next level?
Next level of the movie theater. Oh.
Oh. Okay. What is this?
Storefronts, apparently.
I guess so. Ooh, is this arcade games? Can I play the turn on? There we go. Okay.
You broke it.
I broke it. I'm sorry. Can you go through it? I can't go in these places.
Punch him.
Punch! Punch! Nope. I can go in here? I can go in here. I don't know why I want to go in here.
Because it's dark.
Boy, it is. Oh no. Oh,
There you go.
okay, so
Throw
this
it.
is how you... Okay, so this is how you get in... Oh, tickets. Oh, 50 tickets?
Nice.
Oh, so
There's
many
enough tickets
tickets.
to do the 75 one.
I can go to the tropical paradise?
Is that the one that one is? I thought it was 100.
Oh, was it 100? Damn it. Alright, let me see if I can find a few more tickets. Oh no. Can I do this on multiple ones? No? Just a mannequin. I will say, like, I know that it's not the actual, like, intent of the thing, But it would be pretty wild if you came back and the mannequin was gone or in a different position.
Yeah, that would be pretty great.
That would be that would be something else. I would definitely get
Your pants.
I would get a little unnerved by. Is that it? I can't get behind this area, can I? There's a door. It looks like there are doors there, but I don't have a way to get there. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here for a second, because I am now wondering if there was something I was supposed to see here. Well, I can't see much of anything, I guess, so... Oh, what's this? Oh, hey! We have a thing!
Well, you broke it. I think,
No. I have to go to the... There. Ooh!
Look at you go. Look, all the shutters are open.
All the shutters are opening.
No.
Alright. Almost all the shutters are opening. This one is opening. Okay, cool. And this is, yeah, this is where the... Oh, hi. Can I move you? Nope. Alright. So this is... Okay, so now you can get into this area. Alright. We're gonna go down here. Just boxes. Just a couple... Kept a couple boxes in this tiny little hallway. That's pretty great. Okay.
You didn't like that one?
I didn't like that one. I didn't like that it all of a sudden just decided to, whoa. Okay. Well, now what?
Dunno.
Oh, are we... No, we're not. I thought we might have been back in the hub, but we're not in the hub. Oh my god, look, popcorn.
Ooh, love that.
Oh, I can pull this? Oh, great. Don't know.
Push it through the door.
Yeah, could I push it through the door? Okay. Okay, so what can I do with this? Oh, I know what I can do with this. Can I jump up on this? Oh, I can't jump up on it. Oh. That's annoying. I thought maybe I could jump up on there and get up there. Oh, before I forget. So, yeah, there's just a okay, there's just a popcorn cart back here.
I wonder
Alright.
if you can use it next to another ledge to climb on top.
Well, that's what I was just wondering, is that, like, there's probably a space... ooh, hold on. We're gonna try something. I'm going to put this here. Okay. Let me see... Oh, I'm not gonna be able... I can't jump that, because there's no space. Oh, hi.
Was that there before?
Probably, and I just didn't see it.
J and Joe's.
That works.
Now he's your popcorn vendor.
Yeah. He is my popcorn vendor. Alright. We're gonna go around here, and... Yep. Okay. J and Joe's. J and Joe's. Alright, let's... The Anemoiapolis Mall grand opening. Alright, so... Okay. Yeah, that's, Yep. That's not how that was positioned before.
What do you mean it's not how that was positioned?
No, it was facing the thing. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
This was positioned this way. The mannequin was positioned facing us.
So the
Okay,
mannequin's moving?
The mannequin has moved.
Great. Love that.
The mannequin has moved now. I'm gonna go down this hallway. What happens when I go around this corner? Or, wait a second here. No, that's Jane Joe's. I'm gonna go back and see. Okay, here's what we're gonna try. I'm gonna take note of the position of the mannequin. Facing there between those two things. Okay. Yep, okay. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna see if the mannequin is in the same position. Okay. I guess. Hard to tell. It's playing tricks. No. It's not moving. Sometimes
Hey,
these
more
feel like
gumballs.
they... Yeah, more gumballs. Alright. What do we got here? What about... Ooh. Oh,
I was gonna
20
say,
tickets.
I was gonna say, is that a stack of tickets I just saw?
That is a stack of tickets. I got 110 tickets now. You know what that means.
It means the boys are back in town.
It does. It means I'm gonna... Okay, that is definitely not in the same spot now.
It is definitely not.
Great. I love that.
At least it's
That
not
is-
maliciously moving.
Yet. Okay. It's facing me now. Oh no, sorry, it's facing away, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's facing away. It's like the weeping angels. It can't be observed. It can't be observed.
Yeah, it happens.
It just repositions in the area. Oh. I'll take those tickets, please.
More tickets, please. Love the flooring, though.
Oh, those lights just came on their own, huh?
Yeah, motion sensors, you know, it's all.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. There's the theater. There's the theater. Okay. And, oh. I can't make it over this wall. Maybe I can find something to stand on. Oh. That's what I needed that cart for.
Apparently.
Alright.
Apparently
Yep,
they
those
are
are-
on a motion sensor.
Perfect. Oh, okay. Mannequins move down the hallway.
Just wants to hang out against the wall.
Yep, just wants to hang out against the wall. Well, you enjoy hanging out against the wall, I guess. Come outside of the theater, the mannequin's like standing outside the theater. That'd be great. Alright. That actually falls back into that whole notion of, like, everything's just an inch off to the left. You know? Everything's just an inch off to the left, and isn't that one of the more unnerving things that could possibly be? So I think what I gotta do is this has to be there so that I can do this, and I can go, whee! Okay,
And there
we're
you
over the
go.
wall.
Now you can't
Yeah,
get
there
back
you-
out.
Yeah, I can't get back out of here. So that's great. Oh, no, there's just another level. Alright, going down the level. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Some slow jams. I'm gonna guess, okay, so these are where the movie posters would go. Again, this would be littered with those.
Yeah. It would have dozens.
I'm thinking... Oh, I can interact with this? Fuck that. I'm just like, nah, we're not even... Nah. Nah. I'm like, now that I have enough tickets, I want to see if I can get to the island paradise.
But think
That's
of the
really
tickets you could find.
Yeah, I think I could find... Hold on. I gotta look at something.
Making sure you're not getting followed by a mannequin.
Yeah! I'm wondering if that mannequin is there. Apparently the mannequin is not here. The mannequin is not there.
You gotta go in the theater, though. In the room.
I do... Oh, yeah. I can't see ass. Of course, maybe that's the point.
What? This isn't even a... What? What's the...
Okay. Well. Alright. So, wait a second here. Okay. Are there any theaters that actually... That is locked? Okay. Well... I'm gonna find a theater. Oh, I guess this is the theater. There's nothing at the end of this hallway.
So was that first room?
They're just... Oh. Oh, okay. Apparently the theater is not showing anything. Oh, but I got tickets.
In the spirit of individual enterprise.
Oh, more tickets.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into going up and down this aisle while I watch this newsreel.
And greater convenience.
Here we go. We're going up here. We're going up here, and we're going to...
All
Oh.
express city thoroughfares, the rights of way have been so rooted as to displace outmoded business sections and undesirable slum areas whenever possible.
Oh, okay. Alright. So... Jeez. I don't think this would sell me on your... on your new vision of the future.
Sure would.
By God, are lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks lovely. So, was this...
Residential, commercial, and industrial areas
Yeah.
all have been separated
Somebody's played cities.
for
Okay.
greater efficiency and greater convenience.
So... Alright, so... I'm guessing that the meta-narrative here is that this is a failed project that was supposed to be, like, part of this bigger industrialized area. That this
Something
is sort
like
of,
that, apparently, yeah.
Yeah, that this is that. So basically it's BioShock.
I was thinking that.
Has it... Oh. There's something happening down here. Yeah, man. That's great. Loving that. But I got 5 tickets, so... Man. That's
More
a...
tickets.
That's a great sound, too.
There's tickets right there.
Oh, I got tickets. So yeah,
then.
so basically, we built something, and it went poorly. Is I guess the kind of overall. narrative. Of course, we have to remember that technically this is, I think, considered just chapter 1, so there theoretically is more of this to come.
Yeah, I don't know when they plan on doing chapter 2. Or if they
I don't know. Either that, or the possibility is that chapter 1 is supposed to be, oh, interesting. Oh, wait, that's actually a really cool thing. Okay, hold on. I'm just going up here just to see what's going on up here. There's nothing. Is there even a door for you to go through here? I don't think there is. There's no door up here. Okay, so here's something I wanted. This is why I say this is really cool. As I get closer here, look at the edges of the screen. They're starting to fisheye.
Oh.
And so as you're funneled, okay, is this gonna be more pronounced? Yeah, it is gonna be more pronounced, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Whoops. Oh, okay. What a lovely illusion that is. Going up. Okay. Interesting. So they did. So, oh yeah, it's still a little bit like that. It's still like it's trying to pull focus because it's just enough of an optical illusion, you know, that it makes you start wondering about like what it's supposed to be doing. But I have enough tickets now. One thing though, before we finish up for this session. So, Anemoiapolis, this is the 40 tickets. So what happens is after I go to a place, it lets you basically just say replay this level. Okay. So basically this is your level hub.
Yes.
For anyone who's wondering, this is your level hub. This is what you do here. You be doing levels, essentially. So we have 100 credits, just so that people can know. So this is the Tropic Resort. It's 100 credits. I indeed have 100 credits. So when we come back to pick this up, I think we're going to go to the Tropical Resort. If there are sharks there, this is going to be a very short second part 2. But
part 2 canceled.
Part 2 canceled. 0 out of 10. Oh, more tickets. Take tickets. So, as I just kind of like go around the central hub, my favorite area so far. I actually like the aesthetics of this. This is really neat. It's just, I love the smooth jazz they got going on here.
Remember,
it's just so wonderful. Were there tickets? Oh yeah. This is the surface. Okay, well, we'll also have to find out what happens when you go to the surface. But what do I want to say about Anemoiapolis on part
you have
1?
not found your waifu yet.
There is no waifu or gaifu so far, which is a little bit, feels like a missed opportunity, to be fair. But
yes.
beyond that, I am intrigued. But there are spaces in here that do kind of just make me feel a little mad. Because, like I said before, it's like this feels like space unrealized. You know, and maybe it's I don't know if it's me as just, like, from an American perspective, but, like, when I see spaces like this, my immediate thought is, like, wow, there's a lot of utility you could put in here. Look at how many things. Look, you could fit so many more tables here. Why aren't they using that space? This is just empty real estate. What's going on here? But then the artistic part of me is sort of like, from an aesthetic standpoint, it would be very interesting to see somebody actually design a space like this.
Remember,
it would definitely be a very interesting thing to do.
It would be an interesting thing to do. I don't know if it would be a very smart thing to do, because I do feel like if that meta-narrative that we've been talking about with this game, about like a failed project that was under the auspices of trying to create some kind of utopic vision of the world. It seems like this version didn't work out so well because it's just a completely big ass empty building that has been built from it. So I don't know, man. Maybe this is not such a such a great idea. Maybe this is why you don't see buildings built like this. But
yeah, probably a reason that we don't build the buildings like this.
Yeah. Actually, you know, going back to that thing I was saying about BioShock, like that narrative about BioShock, is there's a similarity to how this starts and how BioShock starts. Because if you remember in BioShock, your plane crashes and you are in the water, and then you get to the lighthouse, and then you descend down from the lighthouse into Rapture, which is a city under the sea. What happens in this game? You're on the surface, you fall through a trapdoor, you fall into a pool, and now you are in this, like, very obscure, obtuse area that is underground. It's actually kind of interesting that it shares that parallel. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it feels like it very well could be.
That's a great question.
Yeah, I think that would be a question. If the developers of Anemoiapolis are watching this, they won't. But if you were watching it, I am curious to know if there was an intentional inspiration from a game like a BioShock, or maybe other games that are sort of in that genre, that led you to the design of this, because there are definitely shades of it. Although, also to be fair, it does feel like it has borrowed from many different kinds of games and what they design, and it's fun to kind of like discuss how that works. So I think with a fresh brain, we will come back to this and do a part 2. We will dig into that tropic paradise and maybe do some golfing, depending on what we're doing. But I think definitely at least do the tropic part, and we hopefully we'll see what happens when we go up to the surface, and that will be interesting to see. So, with that being said, Alex, your passive experience, your backseat gaming experience watching this, what has been your takeaway? Did you have specific things that you really stood out for you playing this?
I'm not entirely sure. Like, I've enjoyed having someone else in the driver's seat to this experience, because, like, I would play it and be like, I'm kind of, bored. I'm sure is what my experience for myself, would be.
Sure.
Being able to talk about the things and like look at these things and like the aesthetics and whatnot, it's really interesting, because I have a lot of love for like liminal space aesthetics and that type of thing. I think they're really interesting. But I don't always gel with, like, they don't make me feel the same things that other people feel.
Right.
Oh, nice that you're just walking on the bevel right now.
Yeah, I'm just walking on the bevel. Thought I'd try
it's definitely interesting, and like seeing the things you try to do in the game is interesting too.
Yeah. As a fan and somebody's much more knowledgeable of the idea of a liminal space, do you think that this succeeds or meets the expectations that you usually see from a liminal space?
In a lot of cases, yeah. In some of the cases, like right here, it feels liminal because it's an empty space that's meant to have people in it. But the announcements that keep going on, for instance, usually a liminal space is vacant of all people, and this makes you feel like there's either someone there or a recording. So it's that feeling of life.
Yeah.
Even without it being seen.
Yeah. I know what you mean. There's something. It's kind of like oddly comforting.
Yeah.
In a way.
A lot of liminal spaces too can elicit like feelings of nostalgia in people.
Right. The movie theater is another one of those places, though, that having those videos where it feels like you're kind of like going down the Vertigo rabbit hole is also showing you like these newsreels where people are talking, but has a much different feeling to it. A feeling of like an unsettling, an unsettling emotional appeal to you. So it's interesting how it plays with sound design. It's interesting how they play with the graphics. I definitely think when we go look at that conference center and how they have different flooring in different areas, at least to just keep you somewhat oriented, I think it would have been so much more disorienting if it was all blue carpet or if it was all red carpet in that area, and that there was no tile. I would say that it has piqued my interest to see what other things there are in it. The slight anomalies that it does are good at keeping you a little on edge. But it does the smart thing, so far at least, of not trying to be too overt.
Yeah.
Because that would kind of lose the atmosphere.
Right. The mannequin kind of moving around a little bit, but not a lot, not aggressively, is like, okay, that's kind of weird. I'm not a fan of that kind of feeling.
That is the Weeping Angels.
Right.
Like, that's the reason why the Weeping Angels were so effective. Yeah.
Right. But so many other, like, Backrooms type games that are taking inspiration from, like, Kane Pixel's Backrooms series that throw, like, entities in there that are hostile. And I think that takes away from, like, just the aesthetic of a liminal space and the feeling and, like, the mood, because it creates this hostile entity or creature or whatever it is that's trying to kill you. That's not what this game's really going for. So, holding back on that is good.
Yes, I think so. And so with that, before we try out some tropical vacations and tier 3s and the Gulf area, this whole section, while we are sitting in the airport, whatever this was supposed to be, I guess it was supposed to be a mall. I definitely, like, when they were doing the newsreels, I guess it is supposed to be like a mall, but also a mall that has a fitness and rec center. I guess it's a multi-purpose building.
Yeah,
I guess that's
multi-purpose
the best way to
mall.
It's a multi-purpose. It's a multi-mall of America. It's the multi-mall of America, and good for it. So I guess as we prepare to leave this part of the mall, I would say, Alex, if they want to find more information about Total Pub Knockdown, where could they go?
If you would like to see more of the other things we do, or let us know how you feel about this, you can go to totalpubknockdown.com.
That's right. You can go there. You can find all of our content early. You will be able to find a complete version of this, because it might get cut down in some of the small parts for the main piece, but you will be able to see it early in its full entirety up on our Patreon, and get it early ahead of time too, so that's fun. You can also find us on every podcast app known to mankind. Rate and review and subscribe while you are there, and you can find us on our Discord channel, which is Total Pebble Knockdown, and it is a public server, so feel free to check us out over there, and you can join in the conversation because we talk specifically about games over there. So we do some odds and ends in a couple of the forums, but a lot of it is focused on tabletop, video, and all games in between, pretty much. And you might even hear us for a couple weeks talk about Anemoiapolis. We'll see. We will see. But with that, I think it is about time to get out of the mall. And
gotta go find your swim trunks before you get into the tropical resort.
You know what I'm starting to realize the second you said that? I cannot see feet.
Well, that's probably for the best.
But there is this whole thing, I don't know if you've ever seen this, about one of the game design choices people make where you can see your feet, or if you can't see your feet. This is a I can't see my feet game. Like I'm a disembodied head.
Yeah, we said
I'm a
that in the
disembodied camera.
first few minutes. You're disembodied.
I'm disembodied. No one... we need some disembodied to love. Alright. There was a song called Somebody to Love by Queen.
Yeah, I know the song.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Anyway, thank you for joining us, everybody. We will see you on the next one, and goodbye for now.